The Tale of the Hard-Working Farmer. Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by lush green fields and tall mountains, there lived a poor farmer named Ramu. Ramu was known throughout the village for his hard work and dedication. Though he had very little in terms of wealth, he possessed something far more valuable, his strength and determination. Every day, Ramu would wake up before the sun rose. While others were still asleep, he would head to his small piece of land with a simple hoe and a basket. His land was not big or fertile, but Ramu loved it dearly. He treated every plant as if it were a precious gift from nature. Ramu's neighbors often wondered how he managed to survive. The weather was harsh, and the soil was rocky. But Ramu never complained. He believed that with hard work, anything was possible. If you work hard and stay honest, he would say, the earth will bless you. The other villagers were kind to Ramu, but many of them pitied him. Why do you work so hard, Ramu? They would ask. You barely have enough to eat. You should rest more and not worry so much. But Ramu would just smile and shake his head. A farmer's duty is to care for his land, he would reply. If I don't work hard, how will the plants grow? How will they bear fruit? And so, Ramu continued his daily routine. From dawn till dusk, he toiled in the fields, planting seeds, watering the plants, and pulling out weeds. His hands were rough and calloused, and his clothes were worn and tattered. But Ramu was content, for he knew he was doing his best. As time passed, Ramu's efforts began to show. The once barren land started to flourish. Small green shoots began to sprout, and soon they grew into healthy crops. The villagers were amazed at how Ramu had transformed his land. One day, as Ramu was working in the fields, an old man with a long white beard approached him. The old man was a traveler, and he had heard of Ramu's hard work and dedication. You have done well, Ramu, the old man said. Your land is beautiful, and your crops are healthy. But tell me, why do you work so hard? You could easily sell your land and live comfortably. Ramu smiled and replied, this land is my life. It may not be much, but it provides for me. And more than that, it gives me purpose. I work hard because I believe that the earth and I are partners. If I take care of it, it will take care of me. The old man nodded, impressed by Ramu's wisdom. You are a wise and noble man, he said. I have traveled far and wide, and I have seen many lands and met many people. But I have never seen anyone as dedicated as you. The old man then reached into his bag and pulled out a small, shiny object. It was a golden coin. Take this, he said. It is a gift for your hard work. Use it wisely. Ramu was surprised and humbled by the gift. He had never seen such a coin before. Thank you, he said, bowing his head. But I do not need riches. I have all that I need right here. The old man smiled and said, this coin is not just money. It is a symbol of your hard work and determination. Keep it as a reminder of what you have achieved. Ramu took the coin and placed it in his pocket. I will treasure it always, he said. But my true treasure is this land and the fruits of my labor. As the old man walked away, Ramu felt a sense of pride and fulfillment. He looked out at his fields, now full of life and abundance, and felt grateful for the blessings he had received. The years went by, and Ramu continued to work on his land. His crops grew strong and healthy, and he was able to harvest enough to feed himself and share with others. The villagers no longer pitied him. Instead, they admired him for his hard work and perseverance. One day, a terrible drought struck the village. The sun blazed down mercilessly, and the fields turned dry and barren. The villagers were worried, for they had never experienced such a harsh drought before. Many of them lost their crops, and food became scarce. But Ramu did not give up. He continued to work on his land, even though the soil was dry and cracked. He would wake up early each morning and water his plants with the little water he had saved. He sang songs to his crops, hoping to encourage them to grow. To everyone's amazement, Ramu's fields began to show signs of life. Small green shoots started to appear, and soon they grew into healthy crops. While the other villagers struggled, Ramu's fields flourished. The villagers were astonished. "How did you do it, Ramu?" they asked. "How did your crops survive the drought?" Ramu smiled and said, "It is not just about the water or the soil. It is about love and care. I treated my land like a friend, and it has repaid me with its bounty." The villagers learned an important lesson that day. They realized that hard work, dedication, and love could overcome even the harshest challenges. They began to take better care of their own lands, and soon the village was once again full of life. Ramu's story spread far and wide, and he became known as the farmer who turned barren land into a flourishing field. He continued to live a simple life, working on his land and sharing his wisdom with others. And so, Ramu's story reminds us that with hard work, determination, and love, even the most difficult situations can be overcome. The earth, like a friend, will always repay us if we treat it with care and respect.